Next up is old business. Discussion of the consideration of adding the Reverend Morrison House to the Hampshire State Registry. Mr. Ellis, anything else you'd like to add from?
Microphone.
Okay.
There's really nothing that I can
Okay.
add to that. I mean, you know, it's the oldest public building in town. It's been judged eligible. If you add it to the registry, actually add it there, then it increases your eligibility for grants if you ever try to apply for any grants. There are no constrictions or disadvantages. The State Division of Historic Resources states clearly on the front that they do not intervene or interfere with any change or things that you might want to make to that property, and they don't even comment on it.
So, Mr. Chair, I just have a question and
Absolutely.
a statement since I was the one who
Please, go ahead.
was privileged. So just my question was, what was the criteria? Because you said you researched to get on what it would take for us to get on the list. What was the criteria for us to be on the list that you went through?
You have to submit an extensive research that proves all of the claims. The state then review that. They have historians there that review the work, determine whether it's valid or not. They did send some people out. I wasn't aware of it until I found out afterwards that went around the building and inspected it. I don't know whether that was just an external or whether they got in touch with
Mr. Wally?
yeah, the town and got inside. But
And you compiled the research you did the work for all of this to check for the state?
did I do what?
Did you do the research, or is there the research is already done?
Yes,
Correct.
you were given that.
Yep. Okay.
That was the
And thank you for doing
form
that.
that was printed out last time you saw.
Okay.
That had all the research on it. It was, I think it was about, 7 or 8 pages maybe?
Yeah. So I guess this is my thought. I've been thinking about it, doing more research since the last meeting. So we do, as a council, keep kicking around things. This building is very important to this town. We've been kicking it around since before I was on the council. I would like to see something done with this building that gets it in a functional shape. And it is my thought that we should send this to the Heritage Commission to come back with a proposal for this. And that can include putting this on the list or not. This is one of those areas where I think you guys have much more expertise in this than we do. I'd like to see it go to the Heritage Commission under the 2 conditions, for me anyway, as one counselor. I would like to see it so we can construct a warrant article, get it on the ballot this year, and quit messing around with this and get something done with that building. And I'd like to see it below $1 million so it can pass and we can get something through, because I think the voters won't approve it, and I just want to make sure we get something done to save that building. So I guess that would be my proposal, is to send this to the Heritage Commission, and I would like, we can discuss this, but those would be my criteria. I want a building that's in a usable state, and I want to make sure that the cost is below, so we can get it passed, so we can finally get this through, because the people have been waiting and that building has been sitting. And
Putting it on the Register of Historic Places isn't putting any constraint on the Heritage Commission or anyone else as to what they do with it.
Oh yeah, no.
If you delay it, you are running, the longer you delay, the more likely you are to find that the state will want to come back in and re-examine it.
And that's why I'm leaving it up to...
strike while the iron's hot, it's already been determined to be eligible.
Yeah, and I'm not checking eligibility. I'm checking on how this fits within the entire plan. So as I stated last time, and part of the reason I invoked councilor privilege is because I wanted to see a plan. I don't want to just keep us getting steps down the road. So I want to get us to the fast track to get a plan. And part of that plan may involve, okay, it's on this list. The state can remove us from this list. We can remove ourselves anytime, but the state can also remove us if we do not fit certain criteria. Some of that criteria may incur extra cost. So really what I'm trying to do is just get to the solution. Whether it goes on or off the list isn't my concern. If we can get grants and we can improve it, that's great. I'm just trying to, we've made committees for this. We've done studies, multiple studies, and we've gotten nowhere. And so I want to just, let's get through this thing and get a good proposal back so we can get this on the warrant and get this done in March. And I just don't want to kick this around anymore.
No, I think if you put it on the state register, you're expediting that process.
So yeah, and you're on the Heritage Commission, so that's a good thing. I would like to, make a motion to push this to the Heritage Commission. We can discuss criteria.
Dan? All right.
I think what we have here is we're asking, we're looking to put it on the historical registry. We're not looking at putting a warrant article or funding or trying to fix it at this point. We're just looking to try to put it on the historical registry with the state. I believe this is it's a positive step, okay, and it's a first step trying to preserve the building, and it might help us, like you said, Sean, about getting some funding. But this is not going to be a federal registry. It doesn't tie our hands. This is not where we need to delay this because we want to put on a warrant article or how much it's going to cost to fix. I mean, I asked back in March, okay, where do we stand with this building? And we're still waiting, for stuff to come back to us as far as what kind of repairs we might be looking at or whatever. So,
and I'm trying to get us one step to a plan. And I don't want to handcuff their hands if they find out that putting it on that, there's no point in putting it in and taking it back off. And I don't think they're going to take forever to come back with it. This is so, it can't go on the ballot any sooner than March. This puts us on a path to do something by March. So there's no rush to get it on the list. Let them do the analysis and tell us what's best of the entire thing so we can have an actual full plan from beginning to end, not just an idea of one little step. I want to see the full thing and get us there and get us over this hump.
Well, if I recall correctly on the last presentation, Mr. Ellis, you said that if we delay this, some of the work that's already been done that they've paid and put money into the state, it'll age, and they might have to do it again, and they might not be too favorable with that.
The historic research won't age.
Yeah.
But it's not going to age
What will
in a
age is the state inspection.
Right.
They sent inspectors out.
Yep.
If you leave it too long, and let's say we go back in 5-6 months.
Yeah, no.
I don't know their time frames. I've no idea.
Right.
Yeah, definitely
But
not.
they might turn around and say, "Oh, we better go and take another look," and then we've got to go through it all again.
The $80,000.
Yeah, I'm not asking for 5-6 months. I want to see this, relative. I want to give you enough time, but I also want to make sure we have it in enough time to put it on the ballot. That's my thoughts
But I
on
mean,
this.
there really doesn't seem to be any harm in putting it on the registry and just doing the rest of the other stuff in parallel.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, please, Ted.
So, Dan, you were saying that you were waiting for more information to come back. Did you not see the report that was sent out by Dave Wally about 3-4 weeks ago that had come back in from the other company that we had hired to do an analysis on the building?
Nope, I must have missed that one, Ted.
Missed that email.
Yeah, sorry.
And it had gone through, and it seemed like from their report that there's not much of historical value in the building anymore besides the vaults and some items within the ceiling. So I worry that, it may not make the criteria that the state would be looking for. And I also worry that by trying to go for a historical easement or not easement, a historical record item, that there could be a lot of red tape and if we're trying to go for certain monies, there's a lot more red tape and a lot more items that you have to fit within their boxes to spend that money in their certain ways. We need to make the building accessible, handicap accessible, and they actually went through their report and used a lot of the items from Weston Sampson to go into the report, and they came up with the same numbers that Weston Sampson came up with to fix the building the way it should be. And they didn't even take into account all the parking lot and roadway changes that would have been done under Weston Sampson's design. So they were even, in the end, would have been even more money to include all the parking lot changes that would have been needed too. So, their report was pretty extensive as well. You should try and find that back in your emails from Dave Waller.
Yeah, because I know the one that we got the last meeting when you were out, that was very extensive from the state. It was great information about the historical history of the building. So.
Well, we've already spent, I think, well over $80,000 on studies and research. None of us know what we want the building to be. And talk about putting the cart before the horse. They spent that $80,000 before they even knew what the people wanted to do with this building. That being said, I think putting something on a list that may allow us or not allow us or do, and it has no cost, nothing. But it allows us to state that when we're writing stuff out there, and maybe people will look at things. I just don't understand the philosophy of what the harm is. And I guess I'd like to know what the specific concerns are that you have about being put on this list, because there is no obligation in any way, shape, or form. And they said there was no requirements. So if there's no requirements and there's no money.
There's requirements. He said that. There's requirements to stay on this. They had to do extensive criteria to get on there, and the state can remove you. Those are
But
the
they've already
requirements.
approved it. They've already approved it.
And that
So-
also means when you do the plan, let's say the type of wood in there makes it historic. And then when we look in there and we have to come up with a plan to construct and fix the building, the type of wood has to be a specific type. It's already,
It doesn't. That's only if we want to stay on the list. And at that point, you call the state, we're off the list, we're moving forward. It's not a big deal.
why is it so important you to do it right now instead of waiting a month
And why
letting
isn't
them
it?
come back with a
And
plan?
why isn't it then? Why
Because
isn't
I'd
it
like
so
to see a total
important?
plan, not just one
Then-
little step.
We already have total plans. We have
Don't have a total plan.
You don't even know what the people want to
What's
do
going
with
on in the
it.
warrant article if it's a total plan?
Then why don't you do that?
That's what I'm asking to have Mr. Ellison, who else has done all the work.
So let me so what you're asking, Sean, is to send it back to the Heritage
To
Commission.
come up with a proposal. And
And
it
come up with
may
a
or may
proposal.
not include.
And if the Heritage, that they come back and they said they want to be on the list, then you would support that.
It's got to be incorporated in the proposal. Like, we get on the list, we can apply for this grant. I just want to
But
see
you
more of a
can't do
plan,
any
not
of that
just.
until you find out what you want to do with the building. That's what should be on the warrant article. What do you want to do with this building?
That's not answering the question.
Okay.
You don't know what you want to use it
The
for.
warrant article doesn't state what you do with the building. It states how much money you use and what the purpose is.
So if it goes to the Heritage Commission.
And they can help us
wait minute,
formulate a
wait
plan.
minute. Let me finish
Oh,
here.
sorry.
Okay, so your proposal, it goes to the Heritage Commission. The Heritage Commission comes back and says, yep, we agree with it. We agree it should be historical. All right, are you okay now to vote saying we'll put this under a
So if the
historical?
Heritage Commission comes back and says, yes, we think that it would cost $800,000 to fix, we can get $400,000 from this grant if it goes on the list, absolutely. I just want to see a complete plan. I just don't want to see one little step and us go and we talk about this and some other meeting 3 months down the road. We have been kicking around this building forever.
So you don't want to just have the Historical Commission say, yes, we agree with this. You want them to come up with a plan on how much
Yeah,
money it's going to
so-
cost and everything else.
'Cause we can apply
And
for
where they're going to
grants.
get the money.
Yeah, we can apply for grants. I want to see what those are. I want to see something so we can get this ready-made and get it to the voters so we are not doing this next year again.
But how can you get it ready-made to the voters as to what you want to do if you don't know the use of the building? Will it be a rec building? Will it be a meeting house? Will it be offices? What will it be? We don't even know what we want this building to be.
I'll make a motion.
I can,
You
it could
can-
be a rec building, it could be something else. I can still get the building in usable shape.
But
I don't need to know what it
usable
is to get it in
shape.
usable shape.
It does matter, Sean.
You can't
because
use it
do you
right
need
now.
an industrial kitchen? How many bathrooms? What are the open spaces? You're going to need to put load-bearing beams. It does matter what kind of use you're going to use. So it's ridiculous what you're saying.
Excuse me, you allow public comment?
No, sir.
I wish everyone would just get along. How about that? Why don't we let that all set in for a few minutes and start working as a group? How about that, okay? That's my public comment, and I'll see you, I might not see you for another year, but enjoy your night. Especially you.
Okay.
So if, I guess,
Huh?
you guys would like to put it to the Historical Society, correct?
The Heritage Commission.
Sorry, Heritage Commission, and have them review it and come back with a
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, so we can get this moved forward.
Yeah, the plan would make sense. And there's objection from you guys on that side as far as doing that.
Yeah, I think it's a
I'm
waste.
just, the only thing
We
I'm
can add
looking.
use in there
The
too.
only thing I'm looking at is it's just going to be, we're just trying to put it on the historical building. We're not looking to fund it. We're not looking to see where the money's going to come from. I'm thinking once it's under the historical building, maybe then, the historical commission can go out and get funds because it's listed under the historical building.
And they can answer those questions for us.
I
Right,
need
but
to
you're
ask a question
looking to
Kirsten.
you're looking for them to come back
Or the
and
town
say,
manager.
it's going to cost X amount of dollars, and this is where we're going to go get the money. And I don't see that happening. But
I need a clarification question
Good.
from either Kirsten or the town manager. What is that even under the purview or scope of the Heritage Commission to put together plans and funding, and is that even up to them to do? I don't believe that's what is in their purview.
I don't think we have the capability.
I don't think so either.
So has to have the landowner
I'm-
sign it.
I'm going to defer to the town
I'm
manager
sorry,
on this
could you
one.
just ask the question again, please?
The question is, does the Heritage Commission have the purview to look at grant money, to do design work, to do all the things that Sean is asking them to do? I didn't think that was under what they're supposed to do.
It's not in the statute, if you read the statute, what their job is, but it is something that would commonly be asked of them to do because that is the area that they focus on, is obviously historic buildings. So that would not be uncommon to make that sort of request to them. They are our subject matter experts in that area.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'd like to make a motion to send it to the Heritage Commission to come back with us with a proposal.
Okay. I have a motion from Sean.
I'll second that.
I have a second from Ted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
no.
Chair votes in the affirmative.